Welcome back, everybody, for another edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted, the program where you get to help make Calhoun County a better and safer place for all of us by helping us lock up the bad guys. I'm Chris Wright, your host, along with Chief Deputy Matthew Wade from the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office. Matthew, it's good to see you are alive and well. I was watching some videos over the Thanksgiving holiday of what happens if you fry a turkey that's not completely thawed out. And I'm thinking of you with over 200 turkeys that you were frying?
227 turkeys we fried for the community. You know, it's just something that this was the 10th year doing it. A lot of volunteers come to help me, people from churches and people from that we've just met along the years, and some deputies help, and we had a couple of inmates that helped, and we included them in our Thanksgiving dinner with us when we ate some of the turkey. But it's just something good to do. The Deputy Sheriff's Association spent about $3,000 putting this on, and this year we asked for donations for the Alabama Baptist Children's Home, and we raised over $1,200 to give to the Alabama Baptist Children's Home so they can buy Christmas gifts or help buy Christmas gifts for they have 25 families that have kids. That means they have probably more than 25 kids, but they have 25 different foster families to take care of just in this area. And we do it every year. We want to help them, and it's just a joy to do it. We're thankful we can do it, and we just want people to be thankful that we did something nice for them too.
So thousands of people enjoyed some delicious fried turkey for Thanksgiving, and a bunch of kids are going to enjoy Christmas a little bit better as well.
Hopefully, and we're just thankful for what we got. We want people to have a good Merry Christmas and remember what it's about.
All right, well, thanks for doing that every year, and we look forward to it again next year. Right now, we need to find out how well our audience did this week, calling in information to help us find the guys on the list.
For arrest, y'all have never let us down. I say that each and every week. 3,242 people that's been arrested and put behind bars, all because you watch this show and you're willing to get involved. Had a mother that was upset that her son was featured on one of our videos this week because she said we called him a sex offender, and I looked at it and said, well, his charges are for violation of the Sex Offender Registration Notification Act. People don't like it when you put them out on TV. Some of the people turned themselves in since then. It works.
You know, we don't make the laws. All we do is try to enforce them.
That's right.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the first half of this week's lineup so you can get involved again on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
Congratulations, Sheriff Amerson, John Garlick, and Matthew Wade, my friends, for 10 years of Calhoun County's Most Wanted and over 3,000 arrests. Way to go, guys.
Congratulations, Calhoun County's Most Wanted and Crime Stoppers, for 10 great years. And thank you to the citizens of Calhoun County for putting 3,000 people behind the bars. Yay!
For emergency and non-emergency medical transportation, you can count on Anniston EMS.
Hello, I'm Johnny Warren with Anniston EMS, and we appreciate the opportunity to provide support for the Calhoun County's Most Wanted program. And I would like to remind everyone out there that if they need any medical transportation needs, please don't hesitate to call us.
Call Anniston EMS at 256-237-8572.
Big news for homebuyers searching through all those complicated mortgage options. AOD Federal Credit Union is now offering new, out-of-the-box mortgage solutions. Mortgage loan manager Jamie Bailey will help find the best rates and quickest approval for you. Conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, Jumbo, HARP, and more. Call Jamie Bailey at 256-241-8218. Out-of-the-box mortgage services. Reason number 4 that you belong with AOD Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA. All loans subject to credit approval. Certain restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
Amazing Grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
a crackhead, drug addict, alcoholic, meth freak, a rich
like me.
I once was
homeless,
broken, sad,
just lost.
But now I am
sober,
happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
It's the low monthly payment sale going on at Sunny King Honda all month long. And we also have great interest rates. Lease a new 14 Civic LX for only $159 a month. Lease a new 15 Accord LX for only $209 a month. Interest rates as low as 0.9% for 60 months on 15 Accords, 14 Civics, and 14 CRVs. And don't forget to check out Sunny King Honda and all our great used cars. Sunny King Honda exit 188 off I-20, where customer satisfaction is king.
Hi, I'm Katina Houston with Family Links, and this is the parenting tip of the week. From the time they're babies, children like things to be predictable. Regular feedings, regular bedtimes, consistent expectations and rituals. All of these things help a child to feel safe, secure, and loved. Yet it is said that the only constant in life is change. So how can we help our routine-loving children make sense of the changes they will encounter in life? Perhaps the first and most important step is to talk to the child about what is going to happen. Be as honest and direct as possible. If it's a move, describe what the new town and new house will be like. If it's a new school, describe what you know about the school, the classroom, and the teacher. If it's a divorce situation, explain as accurately as you can what the child's life and routine will be like once the divorce occurs. The more the child knows what to expect, the less likely his fears are to run amok. When you talk to the child, emphasize things that will also remain the same during the period of change. Remind a child who is moving that he will still have his family with him. Remind the child of divorce that he will still have two parents who love him. And remind the child who is off to a new school that his neighborhood friends will be waiting for him at the end of the day. Encourage your child to talk about what he's feeling, and don't be frustrated if he seems unable to articulate his feelings. Depending on the magnitude of change, he may be too overwhelmed to understand how he feels. Also, many younger children have not yet developed a feeling vocabulary. A picture book which mirrors the child's feelings and contains a positive message about change can be helpful in getting children to process their feelings. Remember, it is true, most children will probably adjust with or without our help. And aside from alleviating anxiety in the short term, helping children adjust to change offers parents a great teaching opportunity. If you give kids tools now to manage anxiety, refrain from negative thinking, and focus on the positive, they are much less likely to suffer from depression and anxiety disorders down the line. A positive attitude toward change will serve a child well both now and throughout their life. For more parenting tips, please contact Family Links at 820-5911.
And welcome to this week's edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted. First up this week, Lamont Ashford. Mr. Ashford, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for probation violation on possession of marijuana first, possession of a forged instrument second, and failure to appear on a possession of marijuana first. And meet Dennis Lindsay. Mr. Lindsay, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for probation violation on receiving stolen property first. And take a look at Trey Anderson. Mr. Anderson, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted on probation violation for possession of a forged instrument. And this is Travis Durden. Mr. Durden, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted on probation violation for possession and receipt of a controlled substance. And meet Eli Quick. Mr. Quick, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted on failure to appear in possession of a forged instrument second. And this is Brooklyn Yates. Miss Yates, last known to be living in Anniston, she's wanted for failure to appear on illegal possession of a prescription drug. And last up for our first half, David Yates. Mr. Yates, last known to be living in Rainbow City, he's wanted for failure to appear in use and possession of drug paraphernalia. And that's it for the first half of the lineup. Stay tuned for the second half later in the show.
All right, we are back, and we will have some more bad guys for you here in just a few minutes. But as you are very much aware, I'm sure, it is the Christmas season now. You can tell from my tie, if you can make everything out. I think it just looks like I threw up on my tie actually here on TV. But I promise, this is a Christmas tie. And Susan Shipman with Second Chances with us, and you've got on your nice Christmas T-shirt here.
Hi, I do. We're doing, for the umpteenth year, the gift wrap out at Quintard Mall, and we had these shirts made that say I taped, I wrapped, I boxed, I tissued, I walked, I talked, I sweated, and I survived Second Chance gift wrap. And so this year we got a lot of sponsors to help us with the cost of the event, and I'm trying to get in the mojo spot. I've got all of my accessories, I got them dressed in the, I've got it going on, so that when I'm down there wrapping gifts, I've got it.
Yeah, you are all decked out. I've got my Christmas tie on. Matthew over here is Mr. Bah Humbug. Was that a Halloween tie?
Yeah, we already did that.
It's actually a Valley Cub tie. Thank you very much.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Now, you were mentioning the sponsors, and we need to give some credit to your sponsors. So you got them on the back of your shirt, so you can't read them.
They are. Would you help
probably
me
can't
with
remember
that?
them all.
No.
We got the Keller Williams Realty Group, Matt's Computer in Jacksonville. We got Craig Gaddy with Aflac, Sig South, Quintard Mall, Metro Bank, the Law Dogs, and who's it? Bodenheimer Psychological and Counseling Center, and Davis Concrete Finishing, and Bobby Davis.
Is that everybody?
There you go. I think so.
Well done, thank you. We've got signage up at our booths as well. Every year we have to purchase supplies, boxes and paper and bows and tape and tissue and all of the stuff that it takes to wrap the gifts. And this year we have had sponsorships, and so we will net more money after.
Yeah. So the sponsors are paying for all the supplies. The volunteers are providing their time free of charge. Right. So when somebody goes to the mall and gets their gift wrapped by the Second Chance volunteers, every dime that they give for that gift wrap is a 100% donation to the services you provide.
That's exactly right, and it's for our shelter services. And the volunteer situation is we use hundreds of volunteers through the gift wrap season to make sure that all of the shifts are covered from the time the mall opens until the time the mall closes, and we'll be wrapping gifts until 6 p.m. on Christmas Eve.
Now, are there hundreds of qualified volunteers? Do we have a test? Do you have to pass a test? And do you bring them in and say, okay, show me what you got?
Fortunately not, else we would be really cutting down on a lot of the volunteers. But somebody's got to stick the bows, and somebody's got to take the money, and somebody's got to say you're next, and that kind of thing. And that's what we say for guys.
And even if they don't do great on the first one, they get enough practice that by the end they're doing really well.
Exactly, exactly.
And a lot of it is the tools that you have. I could sit down with the nicest wrapping paper, but I don't have all the tools that they've got out there to make it look nice, and you do.
And we do, and we have a lot of choices of paper out there, and we can, the whole idea is that we can probably do a better job than you can do, and also we can relieve you a little stress and time there.
So Matthew, if you were going to wrap up a basketball for one of your kids, how would you do that?
I just leave it in the package and give it to them.
And see, we do like a Tootsie Roll thing, roll it on the ends and put some bows around it and good to go.
That works, yeah. Basketballs are, well, for me, I prefer a soccer ball actually, but it's not easy. Yeah, not easy to wrap up, but you've come up with the right way to do it. I like that approach. So how have we done over the years? I know this is a fundraiser you've been doing a long time.
It's we're on average about $12,000. It's the biggest single fundraising event that we do. It takes us a month to do it, but we really have a good time at it. And while we're at the mall, in addition to wrapping gifts, we're talking about our programs and what's available for victims and how to get in touch with us. And so it's also an outreach event for us, not just wrapping gifts.
Yeah, I'm sure you get some of the volunteers that wrap end up volunteering in some other ways, but just as importantly as any of that helps with the fundraising and the support, that kind of thing, it's letting people know about the service. Because I know, Matthew, you have to run into people all the time that are in bad situations largely because they just don't know that there are services available to help them.
It's a tragedy, that's true. And people each and every day, we a lot of times we ask, why do you stay, or what? We don't understand. We're not in that situation, and these people that do it each and every day can help them, maybe bring a light to them where they can find an avenue to escape. So,
thank you for that. Yeah, it's all about awareness, because if you don't know we're there, then you don't know to call us.
Now, obviously, it's a busy season for this fundraising event with the gift wrapping. Is it a busy season for Second Chance during the holidays at the shelter?
It kind of depends. Oftentimes a victim will stay with the batterer because it is Christmas time and the gifts are already purchased and the children are not going to receive these if she flees to our shelter. But know that if for all of the victims and children that are in our shelter over the holidays, we're going to provide for them. We have a program that's called Adopt a Family, and we count on businesses and individuals in the community to be a part of that, so that we can see to it that everyone that's in the shelter does have the opportunity to receive gifts.
All right, let's talk some more about that in just a second. We need to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have your second half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
Congratulations on Calhoun County Most Wanted and Crime Stoppers for 10 years on the air and 3,000 arrests.
Congratulations to Calhoun County's Most Wanted, 10 years on the air, and the Crime Stoppers for their 3,000 arrests. Great job, guys. Keep up the good work.
Amazing. Amazing Grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
A crackhead, drug addict, alcoholic, meth freak, a wretch like me.
I once was
Homeless,
broken, sad,
just lost. But now I am sober.
happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
Big news for homebuyers searching through all those complicated mortgage options. AOD Federal Credit Union is now offering new, out-of-the-box mortgage solutions. Mortgage loan manager Jamie Bailey will help find the best rates and quickest approval for you. Conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, jumbo, HARP, and more. Call Jamie Bailey at 256-241-8218. Out-of-the-box mortgage services. Reason number 4 that you belong with AOD Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA. All loans subject to credit approval. Certain restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
It's the low monthly payment sale going on at Sunny King Honda all month long. And we also have great interest rates. Lease a new 14 Civic LX for only $159 a month. Lease a new 15 Accord LX for only $209 a month. Interest rates as low as 0.9% for 60 months on 15 Accords, 14 Civics, and 14 CRVs. And don't forget to check out Sunny King Honda and all our great used cars. Sunny King Honda exit 188 off I-20, where customer satisfaction is king.
For emergency and non-emergency medical transportation, you can count on Anniston EMS.
Hello, I'm Johnny Warren with Anniston EMS, and we appreciate the opportunity to provide support for the Calhoun County's Most Wanted program. And I would like to remind everyone out there that if they need any medical transportation needs, please don't hesitate to call us.
Call Anniston EMS at 256-237-8572.
And welcome to the second half of our lineup this week. First up this half, Robert Nicholson. Mr. Nicholson, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted for failure to appear on theft of property third. And this is Brent Bailey. Mr. Bailey, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted for failure to appear on possession of marijuana second. And meet Farrell Waldrop. Mr. Waldrop, last known to be living in East Aboga. He's wanted on harassing communications. Take a look at Dustin Gerard. Mr. Gerard, last known to be living in Altoona. He's wanted for failure to pay child support, the face of a deadbeat dad. And this is Elmer Millum. Mr. Millum, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted for probation revocation on possession of marijuana second. And last up in our lineup this week, Sean Conroe. Mr. Conroe, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted on failure to appear for a health violation for burning solid waste. And that's our lineup for this week. If you have any information on the whereabouts of these folks, please give us a call at Crime Stoppers 256-238-1414.
We are with Susan Shipman from Second Chance right now on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. We still got some more crime fighting for you to do here in just a few minutes. We'll have some unsolved crimes that we need your help with, some property crimes committed here recently in our area. But right now, Susan, we're talking about, right before the break, about the Adopt a Family program. We will have, it's hard to think about families in an abuse shelter at Christmas time, but considering what some of them have come out of, this can be, for some of these kids, probably the best Christmas they've ever had.
It could very well be, because they are in a safe place, and you know the refrigerator's full, and they've got a pillow for their head, and being with us, they'll be provided for as far as gifts are concerned, and they won't have to worry about, you know, that things are going to be flying through the house and crashing against the walls, and you know people are screaming and yelling, and so it could very well be.
You know, we hear all the time about first impressions, what a first impression means. And when someone comes to this shelter, they're kind of, especially the kids, they're getting a first impression of life outside of that home. Mm-hmm. How important is it that that first impression is one where they really feel loved and an important part of society?
It's extremely important, because if they're not escaping to something better than what they came from, what's the point? We try to keep our shelter in good physical condition so that it's visually appealing. We don't have violence in our shelter. We don't raise our voices in the shelter. Everything is, they get in a bedroom and they're going to have their, the sheets match and stuff like that. And that might not matter to a whole lot of people, but it matters to me. And they are empowered when they come into our shelter. We don't tell them what to do to fix, whatever's going on in their life. We offer them some tools and say, you might want to try this. And at a minimum, we're going to give them a safety plan, because we know that on average, a victim is going to leave a battering situation 5 to 7 times before they stay gone.
Matthew, do you see this time of year, do you see more domestic violence issues that you have to respond to?
That's probably one of our biggest calls year-round. And during the time when the stress is up, whenever stress is applied, money, you got to buy Christmas gifts and getting around your family and other things, those do happen. So it's a problem.
And it's been our experience that there's not necessarily a spike around the Christmas or Thanksgiving or New Year's time. Usually a victim's going to kind of hunker down and stay where she is as it gets closer to that gift-giving day, because the children are going to be upset.
Even if there's more incidents of the violence,
yes,
they're going to sit through it to try to make it, and then maybe New Year's, okay, now here's my New Year's resolution, and we're going to start a new life.
Right, and that does happen a lot. Our shelter's pretty full right now, but we don't ever say, no, there's not a place for you. We let the caller know that we may not have a single bedroom for you, but we'll find a spot for you so that you can stay safe. And our phone number for the shelter is 236-7233. That's the crisis line number. That's very important for everybody to know. We dial a different number if you want to volunteer for gift wrap, or if you'd like to be an Adopt-A Family sponsor. That's 236-7381. And you can go to our website, secondchanceinc.org, and find all that information.
Yeah, we've talked a little bit about the fact that a lot of people will sit it out through the holidays. What's your recommendation on that? If somebody is in that situation right now, are they better off sticking it out for a little bit longer, or are they better off saying, if this is something I need to get out of, I need to do it now?
Every situation is different, and she knows better than I do when the time to escape is going to work best for her. Getting prepared for that without the batterer knowing that you're doing that, because when the victim gets ready to leave, that's the most lethal time for her, because he's losing control of the situation. So, putting together a suitcase with clothing in it for you and the kids, or whatever, and remembering to bring your medications and any important paperwork that you have, and perhaps stashing that at a neighbor's house, or she's going to know when it's time to make the move. And in a particularly lethal situation, when he says, "I'm going to kill you," he means that, and it's just a matter of time. So come on and make that phone call, and let's see what we can do.
All right, so anybody that's watching right now, if they want to get involved, obviously you need more volunteers to help with the gift wrap. Mm-hmm. What else can people do?
The Adopt-A Family as well. After the first of the year, we're going to start fluffing up some of the rooms in our shelter, and so we'll need to have some people that have that skill. I'm really not allowed to touch power tools, and so I can't do that. We need to do some fluffing up, though. And so if there are carpenters or painters or handy people, we need those. We're mostly female, our staff is, and it's not that I really don't know how to use those, it's just better if I don't. And so we need help with that. And so that'll be in late winter, we'll get started on the project.
And how can they contact you to help?
236-7381.
236-7381. All right. Well, Susan, thank you very much. And I hope you have a fairly uneventful holiday season.
And you. Thank you.
All right. We will take a break. When we come back, we will have our Crazy Criminal of the Week on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
Congratulations to Calhoun County's Crime Stoppers and the Most Wanted program that airs on the TV all the time, and for being on the air for 10 years, and also for arresting over 3,000 people. Great job, guys.
It's the low monthly payment sale going on at Sunny King Honda all month long. And we also have great interest rates. Lease a new 14 Civic LX for only $159 a month. Lease a new 15 Accord LX for only $209 a month. Interest rates as low as 0.9% for 60 months on 15 Accords, 14 Civics, and 14 CRVs. And don't forget to check out Sunny King Honda and all our great used cars. Sunny King Honda exit 188 off I-20, where customer satisfaction is king.
Big news for homebuyers searching through all those complicated mortgage options. AOD Federal Credit Union is now offering new, out-of-the-box mortgage solutions. Mortgage loan manager Jamie Bailey will help find the best rates and quickest approval for you. Conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, jumbo, HARP, and more. Call Jamie Bailey at 256-241-8218. Out-of-the-box mortgage services. Reason number 4 that you belong with AOD Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA. All loans subject to credit approval. Certain restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
For emergency and non-emergency medical transportation, you can count on Anniston EMS.
Hello, I'm Johnny Warren with Anniston EMS, and we appreciate the opportunity to provide support for the Calhoun County's Most Wanted program. And I would like to remind everyone out there that if they need any medical transportation needs, please don't hesitate to call us.
Call Anniston EMS at 256-237-8572.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
A crackhead, drug addict, alcoholic, meth freak, a wretch like me.
I once was.
Homeless,
Broken. Sad.
just lost. But now I am sober.
Happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
And welcome to the Crime Stoppers portion of our show, where we ask you to put on your deer stalkers and help our investigators with these cases. First up this week, between November 19th and November 22nd, a Troy-built weed trimmer was stolen from this residence on Cochran Springs Road in Ohatchee. And sometime between November 8th and November 22nd, damage was caused to 2 commercial air conditioning units located at a business on Martin Luther King Drive in Hobson City. And between November 20th and November 21st, this storage building located on Mountain Road in Ohatchee was broken into. Assorted power tools were stolen from that location. And between November 23rd and November 24th, a steel chainsaw was stolen from this residence on Gilbert's Ferry Road in Ohatchee. And last up this week, between November 22nd and November 24th, a residence on Ben Martin Drive in Wellington was broken into. They got away with a bunch of medication. And that's the Crime Stoppers portion of your show. If you do have information on these cases, we really need you to give us a call at Crime Stoppers. That number, 256-238-1414. Remember, we want your information and not your name.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
The Crazy Criminal of the Week is presented by Personal Touch Hair Salon. Call them at 256-832-1900 or just walk in, located next to Lamar's Donuts on Highway 78 in Oxford.
All right, now Matthew, if you're going to, which obviously we don't recommend, but if you are going to have a grow house to grow a bunch of marijuana to sell, location is going to be important, right?
I would say matters a lot on many different levels, probably.
You're probably going to want a location where not a lot of people are going to see you.
Yeah, that's true.
So you would say that a location right next door to the police station might not be the first choice.
I like their bravado. It might not be the right choice. You sit at your desk going, you smell weed?
The sad thing is here, they got away with it for years before they finally got caught. What does that say? Nothing we want to get into.
I guess not, but that's funny. That's funny. I'm impressed.
All right. Well, we're almost out of time, but before we go, I want to say thank you. I'm not a law enforcement officer. I just play one on TV, sort of. But you guys are out there every day, and you're here during the holiday season while we're all doing the best that we can for our families. You guys are trying to do that, but you're also getting yourselves in the middle of the worst situations. And I hope that you and everyone else at the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office is able to have a great holiday, even though they're helping everybody else who's not.
Just like this TV show, we do it because we believe in our community and we want to serve. Thank you.
All right. So that's all the time that we have for this week. We will be looking for you again next week, but hopefully not in the lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.